Happy Friday. It's me, Chris. How you doing? How's everyone doing? This is my first post 100,000 subscriber live stream, so kind of a big deal. In case you didn't know, we're doing it. We're big time YouTubers now, so I'm obligated to start every video like this. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Chris. Smash the thumbs, smash the likes. We're doing it big time. We're chilling. I'm just gonna do vlogs from now on. This is how we do it. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be me. You know, it's a regular live stream this week, which means I'm just gonna be drawing some names. Last week, if you didn't know, if you weren't here, I live streamed all day. It was a lot of fun. I had some guests join me. I had my good pal Josh Lafayette. I had my friend Kirk Wallace. That stream is 6 hours long, and you can watch it if you want to. Speaking of Kirk Wallace, next Wednesday, I believe it's Wednesday, I think at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be live on the Adobe Live YouTube channel doing another fun collab with Kirk. So if you need more live Chris time, you could check that out on Wednesday. Tuesday, there'll be a new video, just like always. And then Friday, there'll be another live stream. Quick couple announcements before we get started. A lot of you know this. I started switching, I switched all of my upper tier YouTube memberships over to Patreon because YouTube memberships, they don't allow you to communicate with the members. I don't even get contact info with members. It's a nightmare. So aside from the basic tier, it's a hassle. And a lot of you don't know that because the only way to communicate is through like a community post. So if you had your membership canceled, it was because you were a super supporter and above, and those tiers are no longer available because they're moved over to Patreon, where I can communicate with you all and share things more easily. So there's a link below, but I would check it out if, you are interested. We got a lot of stuff going over there. You can just be down with the Piascikness, where you get early access to videos, other exclusive Patreon content I'm posting there every day pretty much. The official Piascik members get their name drawn and included in all the videos I make while they are active Piascik members. I will show the current lineup in a minute. The PS Sticker Club is not only just a monthly sticker that gets mailed to you, but it's also a monthly video virtual hangout where we do some live drawing, Q&A, chat. It's like a live stream where we can communicate back and forth, and there's a lot less people. And then there's an even higher tier if you want even more than that. So you could check that all out. Shout out to my current Piascikos. Couldn't do it without you all. There's a couple extra ones that have recently joined or switched back over from YouTube. I have 2 of them drawn that I'm going to show in a minute. So one other quick thing to mention, my new shirt, not that one. Hold on a second. I need to show you. So I have new shirts in my shop up for pre-order, and hold on. I want to show it to you because there it is. This is a new shirt that is up for pre-order. They will be shipping in maybe a couple weeks, probably a little bit less. These are limited edition screen printed shirts by Pine Print Shop in Colorado. These are on comfort colors, the best shirts ever. They don't fit stupid. They're not crappy material. There's a limited supply of these, so if you want to get one, maybe do a pre-order. And while you're pre-ordering, you can use the promo code LIVE to get a little discount on that. You get a little discount thing. Where's it? There it is. We got a promo code on the screen. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Okay. I wish I fixed my thing so I had my air horns again. I missed those. I had air horns last time. It was pretty good. Also, you could grab my book Skulls and Lulls. It's a little mini book of all my favorite drawings for the past couple of years. That's in the shop. All right. So let's switch over to my iPad and shout out the two. Hey, my shirt is stuck on the screen. Get out of here, shirt. These are the two newest supporters. Get out of here, son of a. Shout out Tony Mueller and Biohazard. Newest Piascikos, new official Piascikos. Couldn't do it without you. I just didn't have time to put you in the main graphic. So, shout out. Shout out. Speaking of Biohazard, you said my videos and brushes have helped you become more confident with Fresco. That is awesome. I'm so glad to hear. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit so I can see what in the heck I'm doing. I'm gonna put on some background music, and we are gonna start drawing names. I should say that the way these things work, if you are new, is that I do this on a first come, first serve basis to try to keep things fair. I start at the top of the chat from when I go live, and other than that, you can cut the line by doing a super chat of $20 and up. So yeah, I just try to keep it fair. I try to do as many as I can, and that seems like the fairest option. First come, first serve, or if you just really want your name, you have that option. Okay. First up on the list is Piascik. I'm gonna write that down and hope that I do not spell it wrong. Do a quick double check because it is first thing in the morning here, and we're gonna start drawing. What are we gonna do? I think I kind of can boom Piascik. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm thinking out loud, but my brain didn't have the thought fully prepared. I think I gotta do some boom, just like boom. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I am just going big. Just kind of playing around. I think I'm gonna make it so big that it just like gets a little dash and it gets broken onto two lines. We'll make the second part still pretty big, but maybe the boom can just be a little bit bigger to exaggerate the boom. Let's see. Keep it loose at the beginning because we're just trying to figure things out. Maybe we can make it like a 3D thing, so it's like really booming. Or maybe like it's exploding from like a point. We're not getting there yet. I think it's because we need to exaggerate the shape of this. Let's kind of push this around a little bit. I think we need to liquefy. I think I want just the boom to be a little more booming. Need a little more boom action happening over here. A little more boomage, if you will. Okay. And then, whoops, wrong tool. And then maybe you'll come down. I just feel like I want it to have like a little bit of a curve thing, and then maybe it's like a explosion, or it's just like boom, Boom Bostic. We're boom Bosticking it. Okay. Let's see if we can tighten this up and turn it into something better. Bring the boom. That's what Mr. Boombastic said. I don't know why I said Mr. Boombastic. I mean, you could be a Mr., but I just added that Mr. in there. Let's see. Let's go with the classic anchor here, and let's make it like kind of like exploding. Ooh, we'll see. I'm trying to figure stuff out here, so just give me a minute. I think it's gonna come together, but I'm not 100% in the zone yet. So we're trying to get there. I haven't fully committed to my feeling about this this like shaky line, but I think we might. I think it's going to come together when I do the 3D aspect. A funny thing about when I'm doing these live streams, in my peripheral vision, I see the chat moving, and when I'm not confident and I'm like struggling a little bit and I'm like trying to figure something out, my brain interprets the chat going as like heckling and everyone being like, "Oh, you're never gonna get it right. You're such a loser, idiot." So that's a fun thing that's happening. I'm imagining you guys calling me a dumb idiot loser, and that's, I gotta say, it's rude. It's rude that you're saying those kind of things to me. It's not nice. It's not my favorite thing, but that's what's happening in my little world, and I don't have the ability to look over yet right now because I'm in the trenches, trying to bring the boom. Okay, so I think we're getting somewhere, but it's not what I want yet. I think it should be more like explodey. You know what I mean? Not that, like it's like a cloud of boom. I want to go with that vibe. Yeah, I think this is what I'm thinking. I think this is where it's gonna come together, because like there's the explosion and then this is like the boom. It's just like the poof of explosive explosion, explososity. All right, let me look at the heckling. Boombastic said you keep it to yourselves. Rude. I don't think you should heckle me while I'm drawing your name, because I could just turn this into a poop so fast you wouldn't even believe it. Ask Trent Langley. He knows. I turned his name into a poop once. I think it was Trent. Oh yeah, we're getting there. We just had to... Sometimes you gotta make a few turds before you can make a boombastic littering treatment. That's what I always say. See, that already looks booming. Biohazard, you can just send in an email and we will send your name over to you. You are a official Piascik. You get your name drawing. You just send an email and we'll be like, hey, here it is. Also, I'll be posting it in the on Patreon a little later, so you know you could save it there too. I just want to shout out my channel moderators who are just thankless heroes. Especially Skippy McHaggis really kind of stepped up, and he was in that like all day live stream. I think almost the whole time, if not the whole time, and he's just a great helper. But it's not just him. We got Diana Lisa. We got to shout out Matt. Matt is behind the scenes just making everything happen, making me way less of a mess. Gotta say nice things because he is helping me, and oftentimes when things go wrong in the live stream, I will lash out and attack him. That's not nice, but that's my love language, is lashing out and attacking. Okay, we just need our boom, and then once we get the boom in here, we're ready. Whoops, too many new layers. Okay. All right, we boombastic. What's up next? Hope you like it, boombastic. Ooh, next up is Genevieve. Even though I have it up on my screen, I always like to start by writing it all out. It helps me, I don't know, just get a feel for the different letters that's different from just reading them. Also, I'm paranoid about spelling names wrong because I will get assaulted. All right, this is a long name. I think because it's a long name, I'm thinking I might use like a shape to start this one. Like, maybe like a flowy long shape. I feel like I do this a lot, but it's useful and fun. Oh, you know what? This is a great time to plug my new lettering shapes pack for Adobe Fresco that's in my shop. You could also use the promo code for. We're going to use this because I have pre-made grids because I like to save myself time, and then I was like, hey, this would be good for other people too. So we just come over here to my lettering framework set, and I'm just going to find one that I want to use for this. Let's use this one. This one's fun. So I'll just make a new layer, fill this in, and then I'll just use this as like a starting point. So on a new layer, I'll just write in the letters. I don't know if there's enough letters, but we'll see. Are we gonna get lucky and this is just gonna be perfect? That was a happy accident. That was the perfect amount. Okay, so what I'll do now is start like drawing letters to this shape to kind of see what we can do something interesting with it. I don't know necessarily how I want to stylize this, but this is a good way for me to start. So I think what I'll do now is try to see if there's things I can do to like add a little flair to this. Like I think making it like a 3D thing could be cool, but I think we could do more to make it more fun. So I think because we've got this like flowy shape, I might try to do some like flowy letters to go with that and just sort of exaggerate what's happening there. So like maybe sort of like this, kind of just flow in these letters, making them feel maybe like liquidy or something. When I do letters like this, I don't want to go straight across because the wiggles of one letter are influencing the wiggles of the other letter. So if you just keep going like this, they're slowly going to get less and less just inherently. So I'll come over to the end and then just sort of meet in the middle, and then we don't have some letters that are just like less. The wiggles get all wiggled out is what I'm saying. And we don't want the wiggles to get wiggled out. We want maximum wigglage throughout. So the eye takes up less room. So in this end could use a little bit more space. So I'm going to shift everything a little bit just on the fly. Okay, cool. That looks sort of like psychedelic and fun. So I'll just do a tightened up version now. Let's see. Alex Garcia, you said enjoying the stream while you Photoshop some cheeseburger ads for a pub email. That's awesome. I love to hear it. Doing important cheeseburger work over there. Glad I can support the cause. Jenna Hess says, what's up? Also, shout out. I said shout out to channel moderators before, and I forgot to shout out Jenna, who's an OG channel moderator. They are ready in case you want to say some rude stuff. They will shut it down. You want to come in here and spam your new AI app, or say, draw my name, draw my name, draw my drum. Hey, draw my name. Hey, draw my name. Jenna will stomp on your messages faster than you can even type about your. Speaking of AI apps, one thing I've noticed, as my channel has gotten more views, just every day I'm getting an email from some AI-based app wanting to like do a sponsored video, and I'm like, no, thank you. Actually, I'm not like, no, thank you. I'm just like, delete. I don't have time to say no, thank you. It's hard to respond to emails. It takes a lot out of me. If you're someone with ADHD, you probably know the struggle that emails are a lot. They're an awful lot. Huey said, Chris is and has been my favorite find recently. I've trying to grow it as an artist, and I absolutely love his personality. It makes me really, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Every time this song comes on with the bell ringing, I think, hey, I really need to spend some time finding some new songs on the platform that I use for royalty-free music, because this is ridiculous. I don't need bells ringing while I'm trying to draw. Okay, let's fill in this lettering treatment. I think this is fun. I feel like it could be on like a 60s concert poster. Super psychedelic vibes. I hope you like it too. All right. Whoops. New layer. Pencil brush. Sketchy. From my Retro Supply Co. set. Have you ever heard of it? Link below. It's available for Fresco, Photoshop, and also Procreate. Also, have you smashed my thumbs recently? Oh, how did my smashy guy get so small? That's so sad. Get bigger, smashy guy. Let's see him again at full size. Okay, next up is Zach Roush. That's a badass name. I was trying to just write it normally, and I started drawing it because it seemed like it. I needed to just draw it. I feel like you gotta be a cool dude when your name is Zach Roush. I don't know why, it just sounds cool. What's up, I'm Zach Roush. Ever heard of me? We're just freestyling. I'm just letting the badass vibes take over. I think this music is helping too. I wonder if that's contributing to the vibes. Like if there was some sad song playing, would I be like, oh, that's a sad name? I don't think so. Okay, and like where this is headed, I just want it to fit. I want it to be kind of like the same length for each one. Okay, let's tighten it up. Well, I'm not tightening it up yet. Well, I'm tightening it a little bit, but I'm like sketch phase tightening. I don't know. I felt like I needed something there, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I think that's ready to be tightened up. Problematic. He said it looks awesome already. Thank you so much. That could have been in real response to something else, but I'm going to take it for this one because I could use the encouragement while it's in progress. Problematic. Nope, I just read that one. Illustration Dan says, cheers from Portugal. Wow, that's rad. Never been to Portugal. Thanks for sending the cheers. Gotta turn my smoothing down a little bit so I can get a little bit more. Oops. What? Uh-oh. What did I do? I don't know what happened. Something was being weird. Let's see. Biohazard said, so Chris, do you feel like palm rejection is lacking in Fresco? Is it just me? I don't have any issues with it, but I do have mine set to have, like in the settings, I have it set to input, and I do touch. I have on gestures only, so maybe that helps. But like, I don't even need to wear a glove. I never, even before that, the only reason, even before I had the nanotexture screen, I only used a glove to help my hand slide on the screen easier, but I don't find that to be an issue on the nanotexture. It's just like a nice level of smooth. But yeah, I don't have any need for palm. My palm is all over this thing and it's not causing any problems. So maybe it's the gestures only thing. I would try that. Huey said, is there a video where the video I have on incorporating backgrounds? You like my style of art, however, you want to be able to do many styles. Like backgrounds into your illustration. Well, no, I don't have a video on that. Mainly because I guess I'm not a big. I'm more of like a designy illustrator where like even when I'm doing characters, it's sort of like they just sort of. I'm not really drawing scenes. Like I'm drawing, I don't know, stuff. I don't know how to say it. Sometimes I do, but not to a point where I'm like, I should make a video about this, because I don't feel like I could say enough useful things. All right, Zach Roush, I hope you like it. Next up is Decent Golfer. That's a interesting name. Is that your real name? It's not your real name. I'm being silly. We got spoot discs after this. I don't even know what that means. Sounds ridiculous. All right, Decent Golfer. What do we do with that? Maybe we use another, let's use another shape. Why not? I got this shapes pack. It's available at my shop if you want to check it out. Maybe we could, what would a decent golfer use? I'm thinking we could do, let's do this like big arc thing for like decent, and then do like some golfer below that, so we're really emphasizing the decent aspect. I think that'll be funny. Just like big, bold, decent. I like the idea of decent being like really bold 3D letters. So let's plan this out a little bit. D, E, C, E, N, T. Okay, so because it's longer, what I'll do is just sort of loosely scale it like that, and then I'll bring down the opacity and to help myself kind of plan this out a little bit better. Okay, so we can use that as a helpful place, and then I'm just gonna do some block letters, just some bold letters to really emphasize decent and just make it like this is decent. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, and then we'll do like the 3D stuff, but I'll tighten up these letters first. So I think I'm going to do this with the vector brushes so I can utilize the vector trimming. Let's use my gritty vector Sharpie. Okay. So I'm going to just draw this whole top curve and the bottom curve, and then we can just kind of cut out of it. Decent golfer, he said. Oh shit, it's me, I'm up next. You had to leave the chat for a little while. Interesting. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why. That's not really interesting at all. But glad that you are hyped. Okay. This is looking a little messy right now, but it's because I'm sort of figuring it out still, but we'll get there. Let's do some trimming because this is hard to look at right now. But the benefit to this is like we'll get a more consistent, like it'll just feel more cohesive because it's like built on the same lines. There's a few spots that are problematic that I'll have to address, but that is fine. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna turn off this other stuff so I can just look at this for a minute and see what I don't love about it. I don't like how perfect some of these overlap. So I think what I'll do now is now that I talked about doing all that stuff for the structure, sometimes I'll just like trace over that so it's like based on that structure but less perfect. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to just make this smaller. Too small. So the C is the one I don't love. So I think it needs to break that line a little bit. Usually round letters need to come above the baseline a little bit to look better. Spoot, you said you just got the shapes pack and it's so good. I'm so glad to hear. I'm glad that you like it. Honestly, it's like one of those things that I made to make my life easier, and I was like, oh, well, if this is helpful for me, it might help other people too. That's sort of like the best kind of product. I'm like doing this tightened up version of decent, and like I don't even have a plan for the golfer part yet, which is not really how I roll, but that's what we got ourselves into, so. Okay. There's still something a little bit weird about this C. I don't love it. This is a tricky C. We're gonna do it over again. I'm just gonna draw it from scratch without the other guide. You guys know if you double tap the modifier on the paint bucket, you can unfill things? That's a pretty cool trick. Okay. Let me turn on my grid. Okay, let's put the 3D on here, and I think that'll make it come together. No, we don't need to keep that there. All right, so we got decent, and now we got to figure out what we're gonna do to bring the golfer into this. You know what? I'm making the executive decision here to just smooth this whole thing out because there was only very little things cut out there, and I just felt like it was unnecessary. You know what we're gonna do? It's happening. I got an idea. Not animation. I'm gonna grab this circle. Okay. We're gonna put a circle because it's like a golf ball, right? And now we're gonna sketch a golfer in there. I feel like you know, golfing's sort of fancy, so we'll do some like a script thing. Go like that, and then maybe we could. Let's just see what happens if we bloat this with the liquify. Our brush is too big. Let's transform it down. Let's see if that did anything. Let's try it again with a smaller brush. That's too small. I was just seeing if it could look a little bit like give the ball a little bit of a subtle shape. I'm not sure, but we're gonna just tighten this up and make it a little bit better because it's not great right now. He's pretty decent. I mean, he's not great, but he's decent. Decent golfer. You're pretty decent. Not bad. Pretty decent lettering, I think. Oh, what did I do? I delete my merge down. Merge down. Delete. All right. What do we got next? I hope you like it. A decent golfer. Up next is spoot discs. Can someone tell me in the chat what that means? You could tell me, Spoot Discs, or anyone else. Just somebody. Let me know what I'm dealing with here. Spoot Discs. Am I even allowed to say that? Am I going to get... Is YouTube going to shut me down for saying Spoot Discs? Dwayne W. You said, does anyone have any issues with their pencil skipping in Fresco? And if so, generally if it starts skipping, it's when the pencil tip needs to be replaced. So look into that. That's the only time I've ever had skipping occur. Or you could unscrew it and just blow in there like it's a Nintendo game. But generally, if it's skipping, the tip is damaged. Spoot, you're a disc. We got 2 golfers in a row with disc golf. Is that what Spoot Discs is? Okay. Biohazard, you said Jenna found me on Instagram. Should I be scared of getting stomped? Yeah, absolutely. She's not messing around. Maybe we'll just do some like motion, like it's flying because it's like discs. I don't know. Just get some motion happening here. Let's see. We got something happening. It's just this end part. I think I want this T to be a little bit lower. I think we're spoot disc in this one. I don't know what that means, but I think I like this. I just want to see one quick thing, is if this kind of came down a little bit and then this like C kind of fit into that space a little bit. I think so. All right. I'm going to use vector to get some sharp points here. Victor, you said, hello, Chris. I like watching your videos from the Philippines. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So sleepy. Same. You said, can't stay, but your videos are incredibly helpful. You rule. Thank you so much. Tori, you said you've been creating surface design collections and struggling with marrying text with illustrations that look cohesive. Do you have any suggestions? I do. I like to, I think I talk about it in, I think I may have a video of incorporating text into an illustration, but I like to think of it as Actually, I have a weird Skillshare class that doesn't sound like it would be helpful in that regard, but it's sort of what it's about. I think I just packaged it stupidly. It's it's kind of an old one, but I don't think I would have changed anything that I said about how I would do it. It's just probably, it's not gonna, the production's not gonna be as good. But anyway, it is it's like a class about making a profile. It's something about like making a less awkward profile picture, and it's just like drawing on top of it and like adding stuff. And there's a lot about lettering and incorporating the lettering into the photo, and it like fitting it to a certain space. And I think that's something that is useful because it's like making it part of the composition. So you're kind of breaking up an area for the type and then doing the type based on the shape or space you want it to fit, and that inherently makes it more cohesive. But since I can't think of another video off the top of my head, I should add that to my list of potential upcoming videos, because it's sort of a big part of what I do. Because as an illustrator that does lettering a lot, I'm often getting hired to do illustration with lettering because I can do both. People trying to get their money's worth. Thanks for the super chat, decent golfer. JKL42, you said, when in graphic design school in 2001, we spent hours drawing letters, e.g. H5 in Helvetica and Times New Roman. That's, I think that's good practice. I always say that, like, when you're trying to get better at lettering, that tracing existing type forms and typefaces is helpful because you get more comfortable with the shapes, and like it makes you focus on the way letters are drawn and like what areas are, what way they're drawn, and using very well established typefaces to do that can teach you a lot. I was in graphic design school in 2001. That's when I was a freshman, which I guess makes me a little bit old. I think we're just gonna fill these letters in. Yeah, that's Spoot Discs. I think it's kind of fun. I hope you like it, Spooty. Sorry for calling you Spooty. That may have been rude. Next up, Alex Garcia. X's can be tricky. The letters too. Okay, what are we going to do with this? Well, I feel like an X can sort of dominate a composition, and I don't know if I want it to. Another way, a script X can be nice because it's less in your face. So maybe we could do that. I don't know. We're playing around right now. We're trying to figure it out. What about Garcia? I'm just freestyling. Trying to see if anything happens here that gives me an idea. Is it possible for me to draw an R and a C without tucking them together like that? I'm not sure. Has it ever happened? That's a question. I want to do something fancy with the G? I don't know. Do we? Let's play around with this. See what's happening here, what's not happening. What's working, what's not working. I kind of like this weird combination where we're like taking this fancier lowercase a and then like mixing it with like a scripty uppercase R. We're just like breaking all kinds of rules. We're saying we don't give a hoot and heck about your stupid rules. We do whatever we want. And that's what we do. Oh, but what if the A, like we dot the I and then that's like part of this? I don't know. No, that looks like a stupid thing. This is kind of cool. I'm feeling what we're putting down on the page here. Maybe curve that up like that. And then let's see what we can do with Alex. I'm going to move that over there because we're not using it. Scotty, you said you love that I do these. The names look great. Thank you so much. Aaron McLaughlin, you said, has your entire illustration career been digital or did you start with pen and paper? At the beginning of my career, I did all of my line work on paper. So I would do like black and white line work on paper, and then I would scan it in, and then I would color it digitally. And I'm trying to think of how many years I did that. It took me a while to fully switch over to working digitally because I couldn't get a brush dialed in to feel like the brushes that I liked. I think what helped me fully switch over was so I did a daily drawing project for a million years, and I was like, when I first got an iPad, I was like forcing myself to do some of them on the iPad, and then that helped me get more comfortable. So yeah, I worked on paper for a couple of years. The thing that was annoying about it was like, you know, when you're doing client work and you get feedback and stuff like that, because I was doing it a mix of traditional and digital, when I would get edits, like I'd like erase the areas I had to change in my line work in Photoshop, and then I would print it out and then like draw in the new stuff and then scan it in and then have to like recolor, and it was a pain. So I do not miss that at all. All right. I'm using the vector again on this because I feel like vector trimming is going to be helpful for all these, like all the lines in Garcia that are sort of like mirroring each other and how they fit together. Mighty Movie News, you said, I love watching you draw and create, Chris. You were trying to practice my art so you can get better at art drawing. I've relied on AI and want to get away from that. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy my content. That's really nice to hear. Thank you so much. All right, so let's pull this down, bring this up. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this for the vector trimming was this. I like this, the way these two lines sort of match each other, so we can emphasize that even more by using the same line to do it. Whoops. Calexis, you said you want to post my designs to grow a following while studying design. How would you approach this? Like, how to post your designs? I mean, I would just put them out there. Put them on social media or get a website set up. It's so easy to do a website these days with all like the templated sites, or just use like I think Behance is a great thing, a great platform to share design work. Ellen Reiser, Starry Night Diner. You were in SCAD in 1984. You were definitely not old. That makes me feel better. In 1984, I was 2. A funny thing about 1984 is my kid, who is probably too young for it, because he's 3, always wants to watch Wonder Woman 1984, which, you know, it could be worse. I'm very happy when he wants to watch that over some of the other things that he likes. So it's a real treat when we get to watch Wonder Woman 1984. I also like the fact that one of his favorite superheroes is Wonder Woman. I feel like that means I'm doing a good job as a parent. Okay. I'm just realizing this music is sort of fitting right now for the 1984 discussion. We got to redo this, that E, but that's okay. We can fix it. That E is hot garbage in there. There we go, Alex Garcia. I hope you like it. Next up is Rogue Creative. Why do I feel like I drew this before? Did I? I'm drawing it right here. Let's see. Rogue Creative. Okay. It feels familiar to me. Oh, you know what? We should start with that. There's a cool R I have in the shapes pack, my lettering shapes pack for Fresco. There's like some sample character styles here. Let's make this a selection and fill in this R. Let's see if we can do something fun with that, because I like the way that looks. I think it just needs maybe to rotate a little bit. Whoops. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. This feels very 80s. Not the lettering treatment, this jam in the background. Yeah, I think this can be fun. Let's merge that down, merge that, make it bigger. I like the sharp points on that R, so I'm definitely going to use I'm going to use the vector to do that. Let's see. Biohazard said, "You want to be cool like Chris when you grow up." I am the coolest. I don't know if you know this. Thank you. I appreciate that. Is it because of these super cool jams that are playing in the background? Aaron McLaughlin, you said thank you so much for the answer. You're welcome. I don't even remember what I answered, but I hope it was a good one. Oops. One thing that is tricky when you're doing the vector trimming is if you just do long, continuous, flowy lines and just nail it right off the bat. Sometimes, well, not sometimes. If you're drawing over the same line, the vector trimming won't work. It has to be two crossing lines. So I'll need to manually erase this part because I did that all in one shot, like a boss. Didn't nail that, tell you that much. I think I'm gonna have to fix that up with the eraser, but that's okay. Bill Knight, you said, can you make stickers to print on Fresco? Yeah, I mean, you could do anything. It's just a different drawing app. There you can. Maybe I'm interpreting the question wrong, but like, I make my living as an illustrator, and I do nearly all my work in Illustrator, and that work is used in books and ads and posters on TV, on billboards, anything you could imagine. And I do nearly all of it in Adobe Fresco, just because it's my preferred way to draw. Okay, now we just got to do this creative lettering down here. Tori, you said 80s movie montage music. It definitely does sound like that. I kind of like these letters without the counters. I don't think it affects the legibility really, so I'm gonna go with it. Cool. I hope you like it, Rogue Creative. Victor, you said watching your videos. I hope you can be as good as me. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sarah Seuth. I think this is likely gonna be the last one because I had a couple calls today, some work stuff. So, you know, I gotta do that stuff. All right, what are we gonna do here? I don't know. I kind of want to do some chunky letters. I haven't really done any chunky letters today. But how can we make it interesting and not just bubbly for no reason? Maybe we could start with this and then see if we can find a way to make it more interesting. So we could play around with the shape. Like we could do something fun like that, just sort of like an abstract amorphous, is that the word? Amorphous shape. And then see if we like take what we did and fit it to that shape. Might make it more fun and unique. I think this will be fun. Let's tighten it up. Let's make sure that we didn't mess up the spelling. Let's do this one nice, like, and clean. I'll use vector on this one too, but I'm gonna use the crispy vector from my crispy vector brush presets. So sometimes I like the vector trimming for more than just the sharp angles. For curves, it's really helpful too because you can start the curve like before and like end past where you want it to go. And that is nice because you, I feel like it's harder to make like a clean a curve if you're like trying to slow it down and like stop at a certain point. Like if I was trying to stop this here, like it starts to get a little not as smooth because I'm like slowing down. But if I just kind of go like this, it's so much easier because you can just do it kind of quickly and push through the shaky part. We're making these extra chunky. That's what those little fold over things are. Okay, let's see. Tori said, always love watching you work. Got a great work done. We'll check out the Skillshare class you mentioned. Thank you so much. Definitely good talk. Okay, let's, whoops. I guess that was all connected. Okay. Oops. Just erase this. I need to fix this line a little bit. I like these letters like sort of breaking a little bit, where it's like overlapping, almost like they're just kind of flowing into each other a little bit. I think I just want to do that a couple more times so it's not just in that one spot. I think I need a smaller brush to do it effectively. And then just sort of taper some of these. This seemed a little aggressive over here. This little A belly flap. Okay, and then I just want to put a little shape around it so that we can fill that in so that the letters are a little bit easier to read, because we can use some of that negative space. and also highlight that overall shape that we used to make the design. Cool. There it is, Sarah. I hope you like it. This has been fun. Thank you so much. You said you love the chunks. I'm so glad to hear. Logan, you said this is cool. You need to ditch Procreate and try Fresco immediately. Loving the line work. Yeah, I mean, I think Procreate is a good app. I just like Fresco a little bit better. This has been fun. Thank you all. Live stream next Friday. New video on Tuesday. I'm doing the Adobe Live with Kirk Wallace on Wednesday. So look for that on the Adobe Live YouTube account. Live stream 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. We'll be doing a little collab together. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you real soon. Good talk. Use the promo code LIVE in my shop. Okay, bye.